Hi, my name is Miss Pam, and I'm from Building Blocks Child Development Center here in Spencer, West Virginia. And I have a draw and tell story for you today. Our book is called Frog's Riddle by Richard Thompson. And Richard Thompson drew all these pictures and writes it all out into a story that I can tell you, and we can draw the picture. So we're going to tell a story by drawing a picture. That sounds like fun, doesn't it? All right, here we go. This story is called Hank and the Tooth Fairy. And we're going to have a piece of paper right here. And we need our marker. And we are ready to go. Hank and Midnight came in off the range after a hard day of herding cows. Hank led Midnight into the corral. So we're going to draw us a corral right here. Oop, book slipped. He took off the old cow pony's saddle and bridle and got him settled down for the night. He filled the water trough up for Midnight. Making the water trough. So Midnight would have plenty to drink. Then he threw in a bundle of hay for his friend's supper. And once his horse was fed and happy, Hank moseyed over to the chuck wagon to see what he could do about filling his own belly. He got himself a big plate of bacon and beans and settled down by the fire. He ate his beans and his bacon, and he sang some cowboy songs with the other cowboys, and he told some cowboys some stories and played his harmonica. So we're going to get him over here and we're going to draw the chuck wagon. All right. And we're going to draw his bowl with beans and bacon right there. The sun went down and the moon came up. There's the sun going down and the moon coming up. And by, it was time for bed. Hank got out his toothbrush and commenced scrubbing his teeth. Let's dry my toothbrush right here. Okay. We need some bristles on our toothbrush. All of a sudden, yow! One of his teeth started paining him something fearful. And he skedaddled over to the chuck wagon to see if the cook had something that might ease the pain a bit. The cook took one look at the tooth and shook his head and, "She'll have to come out, Hank. No saving her." So he got a big pair of pliers. A big pair of pliers? What is he going to do with those pliers? He latched onto that tooth and he pulled. He pulled and he wiggled and he twisted and he pulled some more until finally, pop, out came the tooth. "Well," said the cook, dropping the tooth into Hank's hand, "what are you going to do with this now? She ain't going to be chewing no more steak, that's for sure." Hank looked at his tooth. "I kind of thought I might put it under my bedroll. I always used to do that when I was a youngin', and I always got some money." "Can't hurt to try," said the cook. So Hank went and rolled out his bedroll. And he put that tooth in the corner of his pillow, right underneath his bedroll. And he went to sleep. The first thing Hank did when he woke up in the morning was he felt under his bedroll, and by gum, right there was a shiny new dollar coin. "Hot dog," said Hank. "That's more than I got when I was a kid. I guess they pay by weight." Hank got up, and as he started to roll up his bedroll, he saw something moving over near the chuck wagon. "Well, I'll be darned." He walks over to the chuck wagon. There was the Tooth Fairy sitting there drinking a cup of coffee. Hank sneaked up real quiet. And he picked up a big iron cooking pot. And he set it down real quick. Right over the little Tooth Fairy. Gotcha! From inside the pot, Hank could hear the fairy's tiny voice. Please let me go, please, mister. There's boys and girls all over the world waiting for me to come and fetch their lost teeth. I'm going to let you go, said Hank. I just want to show you to the cook first. No, you got to let me go now. Well, the fairy sounded so sad that Hank just had to let her go. Sorry if I scared you at all, he said. I didn't mean you no harm. As soon as Hank lifted the pot, the Tooth Fairy scooted over beside the water trough. She poked her little head out and said, Thank you for letting me go, and because you were kind, I will grant you one wish. Oh, said Hank, I don't need no wish. All the same, said the fairy, the next time you see a rainbow, turn around once, turn around twice, and half again, and the thing you wish for shall be yours. And then the fairy disappeared. Well, Hank went off to collect some wood for the fire. Got him some wood here. And he didn't think much more about it. Then he saddled up old Midnight, and the two of them headed out onto the range. Now, it just so happened that a huge thunderstorm came rolling in that afternoon, and there was thunder, and there was lightning, and the rain just came pelting down. But when the clouds rolled on, there, over the hills, Hank saw a rainbow. Hank scratched his chin and he thought, I can't think of nothing to wish for myself. But Midnight here is getting kind of old to be chasing after cows. So he said out loud, How about I wish for me a new horse? He got down off Midnight and he turned around once and he turned around twice and half again. And there was a little dazzle of light just by a clump of cactus. And Hank looked over, and there he saw his new horse. Well, that's a new horse, all right, he said, but it ain't exactly the kind I had in mind. But he took that horse in town and gave it to his nephew, and you should have seen the smile on that nephew's face when he saw his new horse. And what is it? It's a rocking horse. Look, there's his eyes, and there's his nose, and his ears, and his mane, and his saddle, and the stirrups, and there's some spots on the horse, and there is the rockers. And so his nephew got a new rocking horse. Well, that is the end of the Hank and Tooth Fairy story. And you do a rocking horse. What do you think? What can you draw? Draw and tell stories are really good. They're good for your imagination. They're good for your visual skills and your reading skills. Because some of us don't learn the same way as other people learn. We learn more by pictures than we do with someone that's telling us something or actually reading it. So, for those of us who like to look at things and look at pictures and it helps us better, we have a rocking horse. And I will see you next time.